everybody, this is Glenda with Fralins and Friends Crafts Plus, and it is a nice, beautiful, dusky time of day on Easter Sunday. We have had a great day. Our church service is on YouTube, so I'm able to view our church services there, which is so good for me because even before the pandemic, I wasn't really able to get to church very much because, well, for one thing, my medication likes to kick in about the time I'm in church. If I'm sitting that long, I'm like this. But it's just been very good for me since they've been televising it. And I know there's other shut-ins that it's meant a lot to, too. But this afternoon, I wasn't shut in the house, at least. It was warm today. It warmed up a lot more than we expected it to. And my daughter-in-law texted me this, well, it was late morning, I think, yeah, early afternoon. Wanted to know if they could come up so we could see the babies and the babies could see us. Well, they've got a lot of babies, and the oldest one is like, he's in middle school. But there's one that I hadn't even seen yet, and she just turned a year old. And her sister, just bigger than her, was 2 years, just 2 years old the last time I saw them. And it's like, wow, I haven't seen these kids. She's 3 years old now. I was still thinking of her as 2. When they got here, I was like expecting little Helen to be talking like a little 2-year-old, a toddler. And she was just talking in whole sentences. It's like, where could you come from? But I said, well, we can be outside, and I'll have to be wearing a mask, because I just don't dare catch this stuff. Well, she's been tested. The kids have been trained to clean themselves really good and stuff. So I sat on the front step out here for a little while, and they were kind of scattered around. And but the baby, little Andy, I was so happy. She was so glad to let me hold her. And she just smiled. She didn't even mind my mask. She just smiled at me. Now, Helen, the 3-year-old, she's named for my mother. But she was talking to Blue Street, and she wanted to know what this was. Of course, it was under my mask, but the tubing and the machine, because I had my portable out there. And she told me that, she says, what is that? And we all informed her it's to help me breathe because I have bad lungs. And so she kept saying, that helps you breathe? That helps you breathe? And she just shocked me with her, ability to, her speech. But it's like, she's not the 2-year-old I was expecting. She's the 3-year-old. So after a while we went up. The kids had been wanting to shoot hoops. And we don't have a basketball thing here anymore. So there's a park about 3 blocks away. And we went up there. They've got a thing kids crawl on, slide down. And then they've got, for the smaller kids, and they've got a couple basketball courts. One of them's still in pretty good shape. And there was a neighborhood kid was up there too, and they just had a ball. They all got together, and they were having a blast just shooting hoops. And I don't know if they teamed up or what, but they were having a lot of fun. So I was on my scooter, which was the first time we'd had it out this year, and that felt good. Funny thing is, it doesn't really go that fast, but when you consider how slow we actually walk or run, it can seem fast to a pedestrian. And my granddaughter, she just wanted to be right there with me. And she kept saying, "Grandma, you're going too fast." So I would put it slower and slower. And so she could walk beside me. And then I'd pull on the lever a little more and it'd go a little faster. "Grandma!" I said, "Well, you can walk faster. You can run." I was teasing her. But we were there at the park for a while, and it was nice just to watch them. As long as we had distance, and I could have my mask off, and when they got close, I'd have it on. And they were very understanding about it. They've grown up in this, or been in this with everybody else for a year now. So it was so nice. At first I was apprehensive because I didn't know how well the younger one would react to me with this, with the oxygen and the mask. And well, even Helen at 3, I was a little leery of, because it's been over a year since we'd seen her. And I was a little worried about how she might react. Not a problem. Not one bit of a problem. So it was a nice day. It was a fun day. They're active, but they got their parents to run after them. I don't have to. All the girls were showing off their Easter dresses, and they were so cute. The older one of the two. Well, I'm giving ages right now is like there's 1, 3, 8. Is it 8? 7, 8, 10? Something like that. Anyway, and then it's a stretch up to the blended part of the family. So it's always a full house when we get all of our family together. And I am looking forward to when we can do that at Christmas time and have all of them, all of our kids and all of our kids' families, all of them just filling up the house, running in and out, yelling at them to close doors. Either letting the cold air in or letting the bugs in or something. So, it's part of the fun of life. Because what's the alternative? Not having kids? No. Don't like that idea. But they all went home, and we came home, and I laid down for a while after I got my oxygen back up. So, just a beautiful, wonderful day. I am rested. We got that part to in fact, the day I was talking to you, that I uploaded that last one, oh, I was so exhausted. And that afternoon, a package showed up and it had it had 2 of those little plastic pieces that I need to put my oxygen in to the CPAP so I could sleep at night. And they also picked up the So Clean. So I'm back onto my CPAP, sleeping well for several hours at a time. I'm just feeling so much better. And I've been yammering now for a while. I'm just happy to have seen family, seen a child I had not met yet, a grandchild. I'm going to stop before I start bawling. I love every one of you. I hope you've had a wonderful Easter and celebrated our Lord and His death on the cross. Well, that was Friday that we celebrated that. And today we celebrate Him on the 3rd day. He rose from that grave. And, well, we say grave a lot of time, it was a tomb. But he rose and he walked around the earth for a while. There's several accounts of his presence after he rose from the grave. And a lot of people don't want to believe it, but that's their problem. They're going to be sorry if they don't learn to take it into account. All it takes is opening a heart's door. Saying, okay, I recognize you. Come on in. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a painted pot. And nothing has sprouted yet, but we do have our plants over here. That's another thing, part of their Easter with us. They each got, we had several of those little peat pots left and some potting soil. Peat pots and potting soil, and we had quite a few cucumber seeds left. So they each got to plant a cucumber seed in a peat pot to take home. So now they've got something to have their parents help them plant in the soil and help them make them grow, or do what they can to make them grow. So it's been a good day. I think I'm going to be pretty worn out, but it's worth every moment of it. So you take care, and God bless all of you.